just 2 days before. It should be unlimited, but I don't know how it became limited in my case. Educational for educational email dot edu.nb, it is told to be unlimited. I'm still working out on that. Yesterday I had to go for some other work, so I didn't work out on that yesterday as well. But I cleared out the space, and it still says 5 minute.
What's the page number?
Page number 8. So we before we begin, like, we need to understand what is training and what is occupation. So from the title itself, training and occupation. So first, if we have to understand the concept, okay, like, there are different ways of understanding concept. There are different ways of looking at things. The way you look at things, like the concept, more or less, some, like, it has to be concept based learning, okay, rather than facts, that rather than the teacher asking you facts every time. Okay, but the people often complain, even teachers, that public service commission itself is asking for so many facts before they get into the job. Too many dates, too many things to rot, and then only they pass. First exam is itself general knowledge, where they have to do so much rot learning at times. And some of those who are not good in rot learning, then they are going to be out in the first phase itself. Means it's still traditional in case of the country, in our country, okay, not all the countries. But like, we have to understand mainly the concept, okay, mainly that is the thing. But the things are changing with time. You can see earlier it was focused so much on marks. Right now they have already gone with the grade system itself. It means that it is changing. Grade system, like, yes, just before few days someone was telling me, like, her husband is doing PhD in US, okay, recently, and she was telling they have all this grade system, everything. And I told, in Nepal also, like, it's already a grade system right now. I think she was not aware, because she also is around 42 years, I think 40, 42. That's why she was not aware, because during the time when she studied also, there was mark system, right? So they remember the mark system. And but I told, during my time when I studied in St. James School, grading was already there, although the government had not started the grading system. Some of the schools in Nepal itself will be starting before the government does it. Okay, you can know from the name of the schools in the Kathmandu itself, who are starting them on time, and later on government starts that. Even the thematic approach you have done through IPC to some extent, means to some extent theme is right now, I think government is doing it from grade 1 to 3, not before but now. So they is getting implemented after some international schools or good schools in Nepal start doing it. Then the government also slowly, I think that's what they've been doing. So here, what I'm trying to say, we have to understand the concept first, okay, not go for the facts directly. But it doesn't mean that facts are useless totally. Sometimes facts itself is going to make a concept clear. Like, we used to, during our time, that egg. In that egg, we used to think that yellow part was very, like, was having very good nutritious content, and then we used to think that was better. We used to think that way, okay. But now, what would they say in that egg? Which one is better, white or yellow? You have in the egg, you have the white part and the yellow part. Which one do you think is better for, like, your health?
Yellow.
White. It gives the most protein.
Okay, white. Okay, and who said yellow also?
Me.
So, first everybody is saying that the yellow part has protein, but it actually doesn't. It actually has fat.
Yeah, with time you can see the facts are changing at times, isn't it? And how much you remember the facts, but the main concept is that we know that egg is good for our health.
Yes, sir.
So this type of facts, that's what I'm trying to say. Facts keep on changing, but main thing is we have to make our concept clear so we don't forget those. Okay, rather than going after the facts directly. But you have to see the facts that you can see, you can search in the Google, you can search in the internet easily and find out. And that's why at times you are given research work by the teachers as well, from myself also, because you, so that you will have a habit of finding them easily from now itself, so that these facts can be easily found out these days because of technology. During our time, there were internet started around 1995 when we were studying itself. Means that time itself, easily you don't like get availability of internet so quickly. It means it is expensive at that time. Now it's with time, all the gadgets to everything is getting cheaper and cheaper. At first, when it gets introduced in the market, it's always expensive. isn't? And after several years, it gets cheaper. So that's why we were not into that system. But when it doesn't mean that I don't know how to use it. It means the time when I was of your age, internet was very difficult. Okay, we had to stay in line to use the internet in the school. At least it was in our school, but we had to stay in line at least, turn by turn, something. During the time of your age, okay, below your age, not at all. I think your age or 8 or 9 also. Grade 8 or 9 only. I think it was kept in the library. If not, the like access was not even in the computers. Totally no internet for the students at all. Nowadays, you can see most of the schools' computer itself are connected, and they have research based learning. So we have to understand the concept here mainly. So one of the thing here is, if we have to understand the concept, there are different ways of looking at things. So form, function, connection, causation. So there are different ways of looking. So perspective. So these are the ways of looking at things. So what does form mean? What do you think a form means? Okay, I'm going to show on the screen as well now. It's not like I had kept it in the PowerPoint. I am still not able to open that. Okay, I'll just show you through the like using the internet itself. It was in the PowerPoint. Okay, here. So this is one of the way of looking at things as well. Okay, just wait. Okay. So form, function, perspective, change, reflection. You can see like this is more or less in a different order. Form, function. This is the order I would be remembering. Okay, form, function, connection, change, causation. Okay. Anyway, just understand these concepts. So form. What does form mean? If you have to look at things, what is it like? Okay, what does it look like? And same with function. How does it work? So whatever topic is there, we have a page. We have to know what is the form. What does it look like? It's cylindrical. Sound is coming. I don't know. Is it like someone is calling somewhere?
Vivan, mute him.
Vivan, rather than saying you to mute yourself, I think it would be better if you would listen here. Okay. For me, I would prefer not muting yourself, but remaining silent. Okay, like all the mics are on, but no sound. But we are only turning off the sound because there are background sound coming from your home. From students, like we don't want to mute it. We really want to know you are listening attentively without doing any other thing. But we cannot stop the background sound, and we have to mute it. Okay, so what is the form? Like it's trying to say cylindrical. Same with function. How does it work? And after that, you can say connection. You have to be able to connect with each other. So in case of our topic training, what is training? What is occupation is the form. Okay, we already know what is occupation. Now we need to know what is training. And then after that, connection. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we are trying to connect. I'm not going to explain everything. I'm going to explain only the thing that we need, only the concept that we need for now. So connection. Now, how is training and occupation connected now? How is it connected to other things? So we are trying to understand this concept now. But first we have to know the form, and then we have to know the connection. So these two concepts we are trying to clarify. Okay, at least 3 concepts in each topic means it's good. 2 to 3 concepts if we understand in each of that lesson. So sometimes I might not tell, but you have to identify yourself if it is going or not. If not, also you can just leave it. It will be going most of the time. Okay, within these concepts. Not all of them will go. Some are. These are the basic things for now to understand for you. Okay, so we are trying to make connection. So connection between training and occupation. Other things though, we'll just keep it on our own way by making questions, okay, like from Bloom's taxonomy also. So before we begin, now let's know what is. I want you to search. What do you like? I want you to give your ideas. I want you to write down what do you see, think, feel, wonder, or anything about this topic called training. Occupation we already did. Let's do for training, and then we'll do the connection after that. Occupation we don't have to do it. It's in the book again, but we have already done that previously in detail. So do we need that now? Okay, I want you to write what do you know about training in your own words in the Google Meet chat itself right now. So what is training? And then after that, we will make connection between them. Okay, please write it in the chat itself. What do you understand? What do you know about that topic? What is your prior knowledge about that topic? Because always teacher is going to ask your prior knowledge before beginning, okay? Because we are just tuning in. While you're writing, I will just see my file is in right place or not, okay? I'll give you 2 minutes to think and just write down your prior knowledge. And then we'll say it, okay? Please turn on your camera. So you can see easily, you can search the internet and use it, isn't it? Although I had kept it in the PowerPoint, but anyway, the learning is taking place, okay? Only the thing is little organizational thing for the teacher. When there are too many files, then it gets confusing at times. And when we plan a lot ahead also. What is training? We are trying to understand training. Occupation, we have already done it. We are not going to repeat that occupation again and again. It will be too slow now. So we'll know what is training and then we'll make connection now. So so far till now, we did only occupation and occupation, isn't it? Only it was about occupation. There were no such thing as directly training in case of our books of grade 7. Rather than research, just write down what do you know, okay? And one thing I would like to remind you, like regarding your attendance and punctuality, these things will be evaluated. I told you it covers 10%. Not only me, you can see in developed countries in the world like US to anywhere, they will be often giving evaluation for the attendance. Okay, because attendance takes a vital role. If you miss the class, then you miss most of the things, the skills. Later on, you might just memorize personally only. Maybe there are activities going on, social skills, different things will be happening and you will miss them. So that's why attendance itself is going to carry 10% in that internal evaluation. And punctuality as well, okay? Like how many attendance doesn't mean that you come for 2 minutes and that is tracked. If it is 2 minutes, you will be marked absent. I think you saw how it has been given, number of checks, everything. So you don't have to be telling, that is always automatically detected once I log in from my computer or laptop. I want everyone to write down answer there, okay? Not only 2 people, everyone should be writing there. Everyone's idea should be coming. What do you, it doesn't have to be a definition. Whatever comes to your mind, just write it in your own words. Is to check your prior knowledge, okay? First time when I'm asking, it's of course to check your prior knowledge, not asking for your very good definition to memorize or not learn. Later for exam, if you have to sit for, I told you, exam like our country situation, then at that time you might have to recall and remember. And you have to use the technique that I told also at times. Although I'm not for it, but we have to be flexible according to, like, if they said those questions, and we have to be ready to do give answers to all of them. All your chats are being recorded. I will see the answer and also evaluate it at times. Please participate. Like, I can show you my chat itself directly, or you want to see uh, live right now, whatever you're typing, to see how live is being recorded in the Google Docs, so that you will know this. Anything can be evaluated. Okay, sometimes even if you're told to write it in the chat box, later on I can see it afterwards also to see how well you have been participating. And please read each other's answer after you have contributed yours. Then try to make a definition yourself based on what your friends have also written, and compile them now. We told more or less the teacher is like a facilitator often. So now I could just tell you, but now you just try to compile those ideas together, like what your friends have written, what you have written. I hope everyone wrote it from their own knowledge rather than using internet and copy pasting. Copy paste is always a plagiarism. It has to be in your own words. Okay, I think by now you exactly understood what are we trying to do. We are trying to know the form, means we are trying to know what is training, and then we will start making connection. Okay, now let us start explaining that. Okay, based on here, anyone who has made the best definition out of them, you can tell me, like compiling all the ideas together. Once you compile all the ideas together, then you can raise a virtual hand. That none of, so that everyone says yes, their topic was also covered. Nothing was left out. Most of them should say their content was covered, even if it is in your own words. Okay, now let's do that. I know few things will be, if even if few things are left out, it's fine, because we're trying to know from each other. Okay? This is an activity itself. We could do it in small groups, but I didn't want to send you to the breakout rooms often. Anyone made the definition? Okay, Purabi made. Okay, others, let's just wait for 3 or 4 and then we'll say it together. Okay, that everyone's prior knowledge to everything is covered, that you don't leave anything, but you summarize it also. Okay, now I'm going to present the PowerPoint. What happened? Okay, so more or less is we're trying to understand the concept, inquiry based learning, research. Okay, that's what we have been already doing so far, and I didn't use those terms directly. Now maybe after few activities only, that's why I'm introducing these terms now. Okay, inquiry based learning. So we need to understand like what is inquiry based learning. Okay, so we'll come to that as well. So with this whole cycle, we'll try to understand what is that, and we will make a conclusion at last. Okay, you just be observing how it goes. So here I already told we are trying to understand the concept of training, form, and next one was connection. So these are the lines of inquiry. For this uh, lesson, our lines of inquiry are mainly the objectives are concept of training and mainly the relation between occupation and training. So one is the form, another is the connection. That's what we are trying to know. So we you saw the key concepts. So like that's why I just started immediately so that you could just see something. Now inquiry cycle here, like tuning in, finding out, sorting out, going further, making conclusion, taking action. If we go through this cycle, not always will be going through this cycle. So one of the way of inquiry cycle here is like first we are starting with some warm-up activities. So okay, what do we know about the topic? Isn't this what I exactly asked you right now? Isn't it, Ananya? Ananya, isn't this exactly what I asked the same question, but it was only told in different way, right? Tuning in. Where is my mouse? Okay, tuning in. What do I know about the topic? So wasn't it exactly that's what I told? Okay, so now
Yes, sir. It was.
okay, so that's what we started, and you have already written it down. So we'll be following more or less this cycle. So the purpose is to just make sure you are engaged and you so that you write on what you know, your understanding misconceptions, so that can be also seen from that prior knowledge when you are writing down. So now let's see this. So if we see we had Puravi raising her hand, she had compiled. Puravi, can you tell your definition that you compiled now?
So like after seeing the chat box, I just like compiled. Is it fine?
Okay.
So training is a process of learning and gaining knowledge through certain trainings and instructions, which makes us effective and productive and stay planned for our future.
Okay. So have you written that there in the chat box? No. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
So
there. She has written can make us more effective and yes.
I'll just
Okay.
do it now.
If we see, okay, others, any others have compiled the definition based on your friends also. So this was just to make sure that you read your friend's answer also, okay? Just to know what they understand. We're not trying to say this is a completely, this is also enough. So what do you know about the topic is based on like, what do you know about training, and next thing is, what do you think is the connection between occupation and training now? Your prior knowledge. We are taking both the topics together. What do you think is the connection between occupation and training? You can think about that also and write it down. Brainstorm and then write it. We are not using any Mentimeter or anything today because too many sometimes app makes it confusing also for us. Okay, what do you think? Like, what is the connection between occupation and training? What is the connection? For grade 8, they had to make connection between occupation and education. That was the topic. So I told it's similar based on that. The framework can go similar. I'm just trying to see if the teacher wants to teach at time. Sometimes if it's the same student in grade 8, then again maybe next time next.
Sorry, I wrote in the chat box.
Okay, Puravi has written. Training is a way of gaining knowledge through certain instruction. It helps to be productive and effective. It also helps us stay plan for future. Okay, yeah. So what is the connection between training and occupation now?
Yeah, I wrote just a type mistake.
Since we're going through the cycle, it doesn't like exactly, it will not end with any exact topic. Okay, so because like the cycle you can see will follow with the same cycle.
So can I say?
Yes, Sadiman.
Training helps person to acquire skill for occupation.
Okay. Okay, so you can see this chart KWHL. So in this K, what do you know you are going to write down based on what you have? I'll keep this in the Microsoft Excel. In Google, I'm not Excel directly, I'm in Google spreadsheet where you can just keep on writing what do you know. Maybe at another side you will see a column called name. To present here, I didn't keep all of them. Okay, but in that you'll see one place name where you just fill in order. What do you know? Let's say Sadiman wrote, what does he know? What does he want to know? And how can he know? And this you will not fill now. Is that clear? This you will fill only at the end of the lesson. Are you clear? Okay, I'll keep this in the assignment. So you are going to write this. Although it is more, okay. Is that clear? Okay, so that's why I just told. And make sure you don't edit anyone's, and make sure you, whatever you kept it over there, you have a backup of that also. In case even if it gets like deleted by the system, you just understand what I'm trying to tell. Is that clear? I don't want to tell everything, but sometimes it might be a technical fault, so you always have a backup of your answer yourself. Is that clear?
So you asked 2 questions. I wrote the answer of both. Okay.
Yeah, both you. I'm going to send up for both of them, both to check out what do you know and what do you want to know. If we start doing one by one, then it will take again 2 weeks to finish the topic of this also. Okay, so we are taking both the topics together. Okay, is that clear? I will write that in the like training, and you can see another also, like there is another relation between training and occupation. Both are going to be going together. Is that clear? Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Uh,
Bye.